George, Diane, when we talked to the Obama people earlier in the day, they were very confident this was going to be a speech that was going to hit all of the marks that they were hoping Hillary Clinton would hit, and it did.
Barack Obama owes Hillary Clinton big time. There's no question about that. She did hit the marks today. She went farther than any loser has ever gone, I think, in this speech.
Well, and I think the central paragraph is when she tried to marry the passions of her voters to the purposes of the campaign, when she said, I want you to ask yourselves, were you in the campaign just for me, or were you in it for that young Marine and others like
And I wonder if by doing that, she's also going to help Barack Obama in another way. You know, she made him a better candidate during the course of this campaign. And if you look at what she did in the speech, marrying the people out in the country to the issues that she wants to address, and the way she made that part of her case, she's raised the bar for Barack Obama Thursday night. He can learn a lot from the speech.
And there were two people with tears standing in their eyes during this. Former President Bill Clinton and Michelle Obama.
They're in a closing prayer right now. As soon as they finish, we'll go down to Kate Snow, because she is down in the Illinois delegation, and it'll be interesting to hear how Barack Obama's home delegation reacted to the speech. But George, you said something while the speech was going on I thought was interesting. You said so many candidates, when they're sort of leaving the stage for now, because Hillary Clinton obviously has a big role to play in this party in future days, but when they're leaving the stage for now, they tend to make good speeches.
Ted Kennedy in 1980, Al Gore in 2000, that speech after the election was called by the Supreme Court, and now Hillary Clinton here in 2008. And Charlie, I got a reaction just at the end of the speech by a top McCain supporter who said, what a mistake not to pick Hillary Clinton.
Well, that's under. They will continue to fan that flame,
Absolutely.
I guess, in the McCain campaign. But you wonder what goes through Barack Obama's mind when he hears this. As you mentioned, he was watching this in the home of...
He was watching it and apparently reacted with pleasure and said something about former President Clinton, that watching your wife is a very tense thing to do when you're watching your wife and cheering on. Several times reportedly said, yeah. But do we doubt that this is not the final chapter in Hillary Clinton's amazing career?
For sure. I don't want to in any way disrupt this prayer, but Kate Snow, when you're down in the Illinois delegation, I just wonder quietly if you can tell us how the people in that delegation reacted.
That was very well received down here, Charlie. I'll tell you about one man who's standing kind of in front of me here, about 10 people away from me, who's clearly a Hillary Clinton supporter. When she said in the beginning of the speech, now is the time to unite as a single party with a single purpose, he was in tears. He was sitting in his chair, not even standing up at that point. By the end of the speech, I just watched him. He had in his hand one of these blue signs with Obama on one side, unity on the other side, and he was waving that sign in the air. I think that pretty much says it all, Charlie.
All right, Kate Snow, thanks very much.